How art thou?
I'm 41 and 1 week old. I feel like I have some
Wow.
wisdom to impart onto the world now.
I will. I'll be there in a couple months.
Yeah. It's pretty much the same as 40. It's not very special over here. Hi everybody. This is the Chopping Block Podcast. We don't do actual intros on time very often, but I'm Ty.
I'm Sis.
We figured, episode 4 of season 2 might be the only intro y'all get. So, get familiar. This is a podcast about music, but it's really a podcast about people who create music, who are ultimately people who talk about all kinds of shit, including music. So that's kind of what we do. And should we start with the absurd?
I mean, why not?
Let's try to get some understandings. So guys, Lil Uzi Vert, a young man who grew up in Philadelphia. What part of Philadelphia?
I don't know what part of Philadelphia that guy's from.
Okay, we don't know what part. But
I think I think he's from North Philadelphia.
Okay, but if you like, I grew up on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know that Philly in the '90s wasn't maybe a kind place to young black men. I don't think he's from the burbs. I think we would have heard that he was from the burbs.
No, he's not.
Okay. Young man from the hood of Philadelphia. Did well for his life. Last year had, oh shit, it's episode 5, my bad, you guys. Last year, Lil Uzi Vert had a pretty strong year in terms of music and musical accomplishments. Like, not only did he release 2 very decent projects on his own, but then he also, got Future to come along and do another Lil Uzi Vert project with him, because that's essentially what it boiled down to. He broke records and, got his fans to stream the fuck out of those 2 albums that he dropped like a week or 2 weeks apart or whatever. Far be it from me to count Lil Uzi Vert's pockets, because, friends, I would probably lose count. Howsoever, this young man, in the middle of a Panda Express drive-through, in the middle of a Panic at the Disco, while people are still waiting to stimmy ya, stimmy yo, stimmy yay, to $24 million, bought a diamond, stuck it in his forehead. And I just need to understand what in the WandaVision is going on over here, please. Please help me.
I think he's trying to be a Naruto character.
Okay, which character would that be? If you had to guess, or is there like a specific character, or do you think he just in general likes the Naruto?
No, they had like these characters. I can't think of their names, but they were generally like very powerful characters, and they had diamonds in their forehead. So I don't know. I mean, the diamond in the forehead thing is not, new or owned by any one medium, but it's the thing. We know he likes anime and all that stuff.
What's the stone that Vision has again?
Oh, he's got the Mind Stone.
Yo, real quick pause. So Thursday night, I was up late enough to catch you at Dallas Penn's clubhouse room on WandaVision. Shouts to Dallas Penn. However, I didn't realize right away that y'all were all watching it together. Right?
Yeah.
So I jumped out so I could go, because it would have been too hard for me to try to figure out where y'all were at with it.
Right.
And I watched it. And who niggas. All you people who tapped out because you couldn't follow the little throwback sitcom era thing that was going on.
Better tap back in. You better tap back in. Yeah.
But
spicy.
Here's the fun that I had. So my man Mecca, shouts to Mecca, happened to jump on Facebook after watching the episode and suggested Cosmic Wonder. He was like, that's like one of the best people that he's found in terms of like, people who are dropping like like Easter eggs and explaining the episodes and things like that, right? So I went down this lovely nerdy rabbit hole of Easter eggs and theories and explanations. And I was like, oh, then I went back and rewatched all 4 episodes, fell asleep on episode 3 because by that point it was like 4 in the morning. Woke up the next day, watched it again. Listen, I am all the fuck in. And then to see that what they're doing is basically WandaVision is going to usher us into the new Doctor Strange movie. Very excited. Very excited.
The events are setting the groundwork for all of the MCU and everything that's coming up, including Doctor Strange. It's tying in a little bit to Thor, little Spider-Man. It's introducing some characters and concepts from old shows. We had Darcy from Thor, our astrophysicist. Well, she used to be an intern. She was Natalie Portman's or Jane's intern.
Now she's a doctor. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so she was an intern, and she was an intern with an intern, and now after a blip and some years, she is actually a doctor. So shout to her for the glow up. And then we had FBI agent James Woo from Ant-Man. So he finally learned that card trick.
Like it. I'm here for it all. So yeah, Lil Uzi Vert, who is apparently JT from the City Girls' boyfriend. Things I learned on Twitter this week.
Really?
Apparently. I don't know. I didn't dig too deep into that one, but that's apparently a thing. Whole ass diamond in his forehead, and I just really want to see where that's gonna go. What I don't like.
Did you see him post it bleeding?
I didn't see him. I see the screen grab from his live. I saw a picture from somebody else's live, and I know that tattoos and shit like that don't always look the best the minute after you get them done. And I really would love for it to heal and be a really pretty, very well, embedded into his skin kind of situation. That ain't what it looked like right now, though. He looked like a whole ass fool right now. Hi, Big Sign. So, would you like to say a couple words on behalf of Philadelphia about this fiasco?
Man, listen. When you got money, you can do all kinds of things. Some of them smart, some of them not so smart. Body modification is not something new. There are tons of people out here with very extreme body modifications, and we are not body modification shaming. It's just, I don't know. It's, everybody's going to question the whys, of some things. And, ever since Gucci Mane put an ice cream cone on his face, and Mike Tyson
was appalled. Now look at us.
But not even that. And Mike Tyson put that goofy ass shit around his face. I've just kind of said, you know what? This is where we are in life.
Rich niggas going rich nig?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but once again, it's not what Uzi does, it's how he does it. It's, the way he communicates it. I mean, it's literally, I'm on my timeline and I'm just, naturally, things pop up and a picture pops up of Uzi and he's bleeding down his, his face with the diamond in his head. And I'm just wondering, what it like, it's the look at me. You know what I'm saying?
It's what?
It's the cry for attention. It's the need to be seen.
Yeah.
When you have everything, and this is what a lot of regular folks don't get, right? Because everybody thinks that, having a bunch of money just makes your life perfect. And in some ways, it makes some people's lives, less than perfect. But once again, it's the attention need for me. Because there are a lot of people who have money, and they're not always trying to be seen.
Right.
Maybe he's trying to connect with his fans. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not here to judge nobody. We just speculating. But if he likes it, I love it. So
I hope that he finds some mentors when it comes to like money, like LeBron did. But then again, one, like you said, if you like it, I love it. Two, Uzi ain't spent his last on that damn diamond. You know what I mean? Like he ain't spent close to his last. It's not like he had 25 million and he spent 24.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like he had $24,500,000 and he spent 24. And even if he did, that would still leave him with $500,000, which is a lot more than a lot of us are currently sitting with in this Panic at the Disco. So
absolutely. Do your thing, Uzi. Do your thing.
But Jesus, I hope that shit heals.
I just hope it don't cause no infections and nothing weird like that. That's all. Just.
And I'll say this: I don't like the energy that a lot of people are putting towards it. You know what I mean? Like this whole like, oh, he just asked for his head to get knocked off. Da da da. Stop.
Well, that's not. I mean, if you that broke and you trying to steal a diamond out of a nigga forehead, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. People are weird.
Unprecedented times,
right? Like
we never had a nigga with a diamond in their forehead before.
People's reactions, like it's cool for it as a point of contention, but are you sitting there like, yo, we gonna get this nigga?
Like, how would that actually work, y'all? Like, have y'all thought about that? Like, how would you actually
gonna decapitate him like the Highlander or some shit? And then
and where?
Like,
and how? Anyway, on to better news. More exciting. Not better, because this ain't bad. More exciting for me.
Moving on to not a diamond in a nigga's forehead.
Moving on. There we go, sis. Thank you. Moving on to not a diamond in a nigga's forehead. I really think we just changed the name of the episode right there.
It happens, y'all.
What? Please reopen outside because these celebrities are bored, bro. These celebrities are so bored. Alrighty. So, we officially have a official full trailer for Coming to America with the number 2 because it is the sequel. We agreed long ago when this film was announced that the premise and the storyline was a little jank. But the idea is that somewhere at some point while he was in Queens,
sowing his
royal oats in the 2.5 weeks before he met Charisse, maybe that night when he went to the bar and met all the brides. Yes, I said brides.
I was Joan of Arc in a past life.
Yes. And, I want to direct my own movies and act in my own movies, and I want to direct videos, and the chick that was into the group thing, and Peaches, which is, as y'all don't, if y'all don't know.
And I'm the best. All the DJs want to feel my breasts.
That was my cipher busting parlor trick for the longest. Like, if I liked a guy and somehow he got pulled into either participating or watching a cipher after a show, I would present myself as though I was going to jump into said cipher, because I apparently have jumped into a cipher aesthetics, or at least I did at 22, 21. And people would really think I was about to spit some hot fire, and I would really hit them with that. My name is Peaches, and I'm the best. All the DJs want to feel my breath. Anyway, one of the brides got Hakeem knocked up. Somehow, we're in Queens in 1988. Before he left and went back to Zamunda, you ain't figure out this nigga was a whole ass prince. Never told him you had a baby by him. He goes back to Zamunda, marries, what's her name? Because I always want to call her the actress's name. What was her name?
What's her name, Michelle?
Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa.
I have a date with Lisa. Isn't that exciting? Anyway, that's how I remember her name. So he marries Lisa. And so now here we are. It's 20 years later. He and Lisa have had nothing but daughters. King Jeffrey Jaffa is ready to retire. Shouts to James Earl and the one dude from the Mighty Sharp Barbershop that wasn't Eddie Murphy or Arsenio Hall, who have preserved and aged really, really well, as well as John Amos.
That was good.
So King Jeffrey Jaffa is ready to retire.
Mhm.
Hakeem is being crowned the king of Zamunda now. And now they found out that he has a son floating around New York City somewhere. And to SZA's dismay, said son's mama is Leslie Jones. And I say to SZA's dismay because he's the first person that I saw point that out today. But no, it ain't make no sense to me either. But that's who Hakeem got pregnant.
Or did they say that, or maybe she's like a stepmom, a surrogate?
No. Because there's like a whole scene in the trailer where Hakeem and Lisa are arguing, and he's like, this was before I met you, so
I'm just still holding out hope.
I feel like the twist is going to be that it's not really Hakeem's son, that they're going to change the rules of Zamunda and let his daughter rule, because there's a scene where like he's having a hand-to-hand combat thing with his daughter and she flips him onto his back, and Colonel Izzy has a daughter and she's bad as hell. That's is Tiana Taylor his granddaughter? I'm not sure. But anyway.
Well, first of all, we gotta shout out one Rick Ross.
Rick Ross is in this? Oh no, it was shot at his house.
His house is in it. They filmed all of Zamunda is his house.
So to recap, Atlanta is Wakanda and Zamunda is in Stockbridge somewhere.
Atlanta is home to Zamunda and Wakanda.
And Wakanda.
We got all that shit.
Oh man.
And we got the cure for the panini.
You got the cure for the panini and the Panera bread. Y'all, I'm very excited. I keep saying Hakeem, but it's Akeem. I'm very excited. Some of y'all may know this, some of y'all may not, but like I legit pretty much learned to speak English watching Coming to America, because my sister came to the States for college, and it was just me and my mom in Haiti. My dad was,
I just laugh every time I remember the dude saying Queens.
Yes, Queens. And everybody's like, no, Queens. Not Queens. Where should we go to find women?
They're looking at it like Kings, Queens. For those of y'all who don't know, Brooklyn is actually Kings County.
Shout out to Jazzo, whose label is called Kings County Records.
There you go.
So yeah, it's like one of my favorite movies. I've watched that movie so many times.
I need a Samuel Jackson cameo.
Is he in it?
I just need one.
I need one too.
I need one.
So reprising their roles are, of course, Sherry Headley, Eddie Murphy in all 75 of his roles, as well as Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones as King Jeffrey Jaffa, John Amos as Cleo McDowell, Louis Anderson as Maurice, hopefully managing the McDowells now.
Hopefully, definitely not, not on fries. Right, like, don't be on fries.
Tracy Morgan plays
his uncle.
Son's uncle.
Yeah.
There are only 2 Africans in this whole ass movie.
You know why? Because them niggas will make all the Americans pretending to be Africans look way too bad.
So Rotimi is in this. Shouts to Rotimi. And Nomzamo Mbatha. I don't know who that is. I'm about to Google them real quick and see.
Hold up. And the bad guy is Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes is a bad guy. And one of Eddie Murphy's kids is in it.
Welcome back. Well, I say welcome back, Wesley Snipes. Welcome back to movies.
Man, Twitter has done him well.
It's been a while.
Nomzamo Mbatha is the girl who plays Akeem's daughter. Don't quote me. Let me confirm that before we take this too far. She's definitely in the movie. And he has 3 daughters in the movie. And of course, of all the links that could come up, her IMDb is like number 75 on this damn page. And then one of his actual daughters is in the movie as well, Bella Murphy. Tiana Taylor up in here. And, in case y'all hadn't picked up on the fact, like, I stan Tiana Taylor so much. I adore her. And I'm always here for her doing great things. Garcelle Beauvais is back in there as the Rose Bearer Priestess now. Vanessa Calloway is back in there as Imani Izzy.
Oh, the hopping lady.
The
That's the lady who's hopping on one leg, barking like a
Mm-hmm.
dog.
Mm-hmm.
Woof.
The one who
Woof.
like whatever food you like.
Woof.
Woof. A big dog. Uh, yeah, so Nomzamo Mbatha plays Mirembe, who I guess is Hakim's daughter. I don't know. Like, I don't know why the internet won't just give me the answer to this question. And I'm about to give up in 2.2 seconds. Kenya Barris is one of the writers. Rodney Perry is in here. Yeah, so it's a lot of star power in here. And I'm very excited. It comes out on Amazon Prime on March 5th. I'm very excited.
Nice.
I mentioned Kenya Barris being one of the writers of this because today I had a tweet that went viral-ish.
Hey.
And it was about Black-ish.
Nice.
That's why I said it went viral-ish, because I thought I was clever. I just happened to be in my car this morning. Ain't been in a car early in the morning in a very long time. And so I listened to The Breakfast Club, and they happened to be interviewing Anthony Anderson. And towards the end of the interview, Anthony Anderson was asked where he would rank Black-ish in the pantheon of Black sitcoms. And he said top 5, which I could have rocked with because, it's your show. Like, what are you going to say? It's trash? No. And it's not trash. It's not trash. Not only is it not trash, but also it's done things that like other sitcoms have not really been able to do. And also, no matter what we can say about the pantheon of Black sitcoms as a whole, like from whichever was our first officially, and I don't even know which one was our first officially. So let's just say from the 70s until now, no Black sitcom has done what I don't even know if there have been any other Black sitcoms other than Black-ish for real in the last 5-10 years. Nothing jumps to mind.
No. Nothing that was. I mean, no, I don't know.
And if they are one, the Carmichael Show, but he kind of brought that in and brought it out. Like he only did 2 seasons or 1 season of that or whatever.
What's the show? The African lady who marries the.
No, we don't claim him.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What's it called? Fabi.
It's called Stereotypical African Name Loves Stereotypical White Name. I hated it from the title, which is funny because I hated Black-ish from the title too. CBS show about
it's like a Nigerian lady.
Bob Hart's Abishola.
Abishola. There you go.
No, I'm talking about like black. Like
I got you. Yeah, no, I really can. I really can.
I can't think of another one. And there's been a lot of, I think, representation and a lot of inclusion. Like it blows my mind every time I watch that show that I thought I was gonna hate, and I kind of still hate the singing, but I'm kind of hooked into the show now. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on NBC. That has a non-gender conforming character who, whose pronouns are male, but who absolutely presents as female. So like, long hair, dresses. His name is Mo. And every time that I watch that show, like it was already wow to me that like, here's this character, they're being very clear about the fact that this person is queer, but also the fact that they're very intentional about emphasizing, not in a weird way, but emphasizing the fact that Mo's pronouns are male, even though Mo.
Yeah. What are the devices that they use to emphasize the pronouns?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm asking because.
Are you saying what they are? No, just anytime they refer to him. Okay. Because the character's name is Mo. And so in season 1, you say Mo, I have a homegirl named Mo. Like you say Mo, I'm not questioning a name or whatever. And I don't recall exactly at what point they started making it a point to at least once or twice per episode, somebody will say, I talked to Mo and he said blah, blah, blah. Or
you know what it is? Like, the reason why I'm asking is like, even in real life, and this is because I want to be respectful of everybody's everybody's choices, preferences, or whatever they present as. But I always wonder, like, at what point does that come up in conversation?
Okay, so a while back, um Vogue did a special on like families, American families, right? And they had a family in Brooklyn that had three little boys, but one of the little boys was trans. And so, the mother was talking about, and it's funny because the birth name that they had chosen for that child was Penelope. So now you got a kid whose name is a very, very female name, who has insisted to you since the age of one that they're a boy. And so she was saying how, like, the kids' friends were very matter of fact about it. So, like, they would run, whenever they had like play dates and there was a new kid being introduced into the group, the kid would just kind of go in and be like, "Hey, this is Pinnell. He was born a girl, now he's a boy." And then they just move on. And that's kind of how Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist treats it. And that's kind of how I would advise you to treat it as well. Is like, you don't have to make a big deal. So you say the person's name one time, and then the next time you refer to them, you use their pronouns.
Right. What I'm asking is, how do you know their pronoun? Like, do you say, "Hey"? Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I have friends, for example, right? I have friends who are they're lesbian,
mhm.
and they may lean to a more masculine aesthetic. I don't know what pronouns they prefer. You know what I'm saying? And
Gotcha.
so I generally just refer to them by their names.
Right.
But is it like, do you just say, "Hey, what's your preferred pronoun"? You
I
know
think
what
so. I think that's what people would prefer. I think that what I've seen a lot of people saying, to allies to include your pronouns like in your social media platforms or whatever, because then it kind of normalizes the idea that you should not just assume
Well,
what
yeah,
people's
I
pronouns are.
actually, it's weird because I mean, well, it's not weird, but I actually have a shirt that says "Ask me about my pronouns." I just, I was
And
just
that's
trying
all
to
you got to do.
cool. Yeah,
Just
ask
ask
me
them
about
about
my
their
pronouns.
pronouns.
Yeah, I'm
And I
I'm
think it's simple, like, hey, I didn't want to assume what are your pronouns. And then if their pronouns are she and her,
yeah,
great, we
I'm
move
I am
on. They might be like Elliot Page, whose pronouns are he and them.
Ellen Page.
Elliot Page,
Who's Elliot
because
Page?
his name is no longer Ellen. His name is now Elliot.
Oh, okay. See, didn't
I
wasn't aware of that.
thought we
La-
talked about it. We didn't talk
Last
about it.
no, last movie I saw was still Ellen.
Yeah, so no, Elliot Page announced or came out as trans towards the end of last summer, maybe towards the beginning of fall, and it also announced that he would continue to play a female character on Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, and then their pronouns, and I kind of laughed because whoever handled the press release of the pronouns fucked it up because they were like the pronouns are he and they, and I was like, but he and they are the same part of speech.
Well, but some people do say he in there.
They say he and them.
Oh, okay.
Like
Well,
he's walking to the store, I know them. But you wouldn't say I know they.
no, you say they and them.
There you go. So so
Gotcha.
so Elliot is a he and them. But anyway, we're talking. So okay, back to the original conversation. So your man said that they're in the top five, and then he went on to explain that he feels like they have, like they have an international reach, and da 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 da. And he was like, "So yeah, definitely top five, and we're not four or five."
Okay.
I took a pause, and to revisit my journey with Blackish with you guys really, really quick. The name was always kind of off-putting to me. I didn't really get into the show for a very, very long time. I didn't like this idea of like Blackish to me makes it almost seem like you're not black enough. And maybe it's because too many people made fun of the way that I pronounce things when
So
I
I don't even think that's what it is. I'll tell you, I had a conversation yesterday
Mhm.
with someone who claimed to be pro-black, and there's this whole conversation around what's black
Right.
enough, how much do you need to be considered black, these days. And generally, when people are light or mixed, they are now questioned. Their blackness is questioned. So,
Exactly.
um, you know,
And I
uh,
don't like that shit.
I don't
I,
either.
as a brown ass motherfucker who comes from a country where our whole constitution says that anybody born on that island is black, I don't like that shit. Don't tell me Zendaya doesn't qualify as a black woman when she wins an award. Like, no, she
But
is.
but once again, and I'll say this shit every time I get a chance to. Um, Black Americans who only identify as black, and I'll say the same thing about white Americans who only identify as white, are jealous of people who have dual identities or who have multiple things to to harp on. Like, and I'm having this conversation with someone who is married to someone of another race who has children of another race who swears that they're just because they say they're black on black on black, that the world is going to treat them that way. And unfortunately, they're going to treat them the same way you're treating Kamala Harris. They're going to treat them the same way you're treating Zendaya. Like that's going to continue to perpetuate if we keep going with this whole, well, I don't know if you're really black or if you're this or you're that. Because once again, white supremacists threw that bomb. They threw that grenade in the pot and y'all ate that shit up. So, that's where the shit gets weird for me because once again I got to remind people like I was born of a very light nigga and I have a bunch of different views.
Yo, the shade that you have for your pops, man.
Fuck that guy. No, sperm donor. That's why my mom calls him.
Okay, not bad.
So the just everybody's family. We have folks of all different shapes, sizes, colors, or whatever. And that's not what this shit's about, fam. That's not what it's about. And us perpetuating that thing is not going to get us closer to this ideal place of blackness. And I was so happy because an African dude came here and said, Americans, y'all black Americans, y'all on some other shit.
Right.
And don't even think that if you came over here that it's not just it's not just white people. Black people treat black people like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. What are we talking about? So that's the wild part. But that's why I like the Blackish because I know where it's coming from. When you're dealing with what's Quincy's daughter, Rashida, Rashida Jones, and people, oh my God, Mariah Carey, etc. Like Wentworth Miller, like if you just happen to be born a certain shade, oh, I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad that now, because racism was so bad and because the paper bag test was such trash, that I can now make all my light-skinned people feel like shit.
Okay, thank you.
Because I'm a dark-skinned person. So, hey, light-skinned people, are you even black at all? Like that's the energy. And
right.
It's fucking
so,
weird.
I didn't like Blackish. I didn't like the name. People were really excited. I couldn't get with it. I finally watched it. It's a good show. I lost interest when they spun off not Mixed-ish, Grownish. I don't know why, but somewhere there, or like somewhere right around when Bo and Dre started like beefing, is when it became kind of difficult for me, right? So in any case, but I don't know that it's I would not say that, like, I'm not saying the show is trash. I've never said the show was not funny, was not good, whatever, what have you. And again, I recognize what it has done in this, what it has done in the space, right? But that man said top 5 and we're not 4th or 5th. So I went to the internet and I just said, hey, so Anthony Anderson said XYZ. And that tweet, y'all, has now been viewed. Like, I stopped checking my Twitter. That's how ridiculous it had gotten with, like...
Did you cut off the notifications?
It asked me if I wanted to. I think it finally stopped. Wait, did it finally stop? Maybe not. No, I'm still getting notifications. 490,000 impressions.
Yep. Yeah,
my most popular tweet in the 18 years.
If you want to go viral on Twitter, choose violence.
Choose violence. And I'm just going to go out there and let y'all know that people overwhelmingly disagreed with Anthony Anderson. Straight up and down.
I mean, but y'all niggas got bigger ideas of delusions of grandeur. So
Absolutely. And
I'll
like
let
my
the.
homegirl pointed out, like, she said her mom likes to say uh, that it's a sad dog that doesn't wag its own tail. Um, so, what was he supposed to say, right? And like, listen, I don't say, hey, be like, I think we're like a strong 19 in top 20. I would give you top five. I would give you top five. A lot of people wouldn't say, a lot of people said they would not give him top five. I would give him top five. I would even maybe give him top 10, maybe
So we're talking top of all time.
of all time. The of all time was the problematic part.
I mean, listen. Once again, I I mean, he's entitled to that opinion.
Yes, of course.
And the internet is entitled to do what it does. I, you know, it happened.
You did. It definitely did. So yeah, I am anyway, so I was just surprised at the feedback that people, I mean, I'm not surprised. Let me stop fucking lying. I asked it because I knew I wasn't the only motherfucker that didn't agree. That's why I put it out there. Like, sir, I don't know. Anyway, but that was fun going a little viral. I plugged the show, of course, because what else would I do? Alrighty, so yeah, moving on past diamond in the nigga's forehead again. The Golden Globe nominations were announced this morning, Wednesday
Okay.
morning. And let's start with the people who got snubbed that nobody understands. Michaela Cole in the whole entire series I May Destroy You. Not one motherfucking nomination.
Wait, in the
I
what?
fail to understand. I May Destroy You.
What's that?
So Michaela Cole did a limited series on HBO over the summer, and whenever they tell you it's a limited series, it means like they may come back, they may not. Zendaya's show, what is it called?
Euphoria.
Euphoria is also a limited series. But essentially, I May Destroy You starts out with a girl she's an author, so she's gone, she's become like an internet sensation. She's writing a book. She's on a deadline. She goes out with her friend, and then she wakes up the next day, and she's piecing together what has happened, and eventually comes to understand that she was sexually assaulted. It's a very, very heavy show. Very heavy show. It looks at the concept of sexual assault from many angles. So not just from the victim standpoint, but also, the men who are maybe complicit because they don't do anything. It looks at, just kind of not making wise decisions and putting yourself in certain situations, and how that does not turn into rape because it doesn't really matter what women do. It shouldn't be that hard to not rape women. It looks at false accusations. It looks at a bunch of different things. But Michaela Cole, being somebody that a lot of us came to via Bubblegum, which was a very funny show, and then she had this other show, I forget the name of it, on Netflix, I want to say, that was a very serious show, but this is heavy, and she's really, really good in it, and she wrote it, and it was based on her own personal experiences. When they rolled out this show, HBO was very intentional about bringing people in. Like they did talkbacks that centered mental health, and they made resources available for people, and they led conversations around the topics that were being broached in the show. And as a survivor of sexual assault, like it was parts of the show where I was just really sitting there like, I don't know if I could. Okay, let me just kind of push this part or whatever. It's an amazing fucking show. So for them to not be nominated for anything at the Golden Globes is pretty surprising. And they did not get one at all. People were also surprised that apparently Bridgerton did not get nominated. Wait, I thought it did. Oh yeah, it did. It didn't, apparently. You know what? I'm thinking about the NAACP awards that also announced their nominees, I think, this week. Um, People were
Is it
surprised that
within
the
the
Five Bloods
window? I
still,
mean,
huh?
do they have like a window of
Of when things
nominations,
qualify.
like the Grammys or something?
They do have a window, but none of these are shows that didn't make the cutoff. These are shows that people feel like were snubbed,
Oh, okay.
like that could have qualified. Like for
So
example, Zendaya, her Malcolm and Marie, she was overlooked, and it says specifically her, but it doesn't say that the show necessarily. So I got to look and see where that is.
Zendaya was. Oh wait, are we talking about Euphoria again?
No, we're talking about Malcolm and Marie, which is the film that she just released to Netflix with John David Washington.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
We talked about it. How people were making a whole big deal about the fact that like he's 36 and she's 24, and people were annoyed or concerned.
I didn't see the show
gap.
though.
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't actually see the show.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either. Jonathan Majors and Journey Smollett were not nominated for Lovecraft Country.
Okay. So who was nominated?
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting to those. I'm definitely
Right.
getting to those. I just wanted to kind of run through because that was a little bit quicker, the people who were not nominated. So Netflix took up the most with 42 total nominations for its movies and shows, including The Trial of the Chicago 7, The Queen's Gambit, The Crown, which is not surprising. The Small Axe anthology on Amazon also got nominated. Hulu picked up a couple. Let me see here. Things that we care about. Schitt's Creek was nominated for Best Television Series, Musical, or Comedy. Jason Bateman nominated for Ozark. Josh O'Connor for The Crown. I don't know who he plays. Matthew Rhys for the Perry Mason reboot that they did on HBO. Kate Blanchett's nominated for Mrs. America. Let me see, where are our people? Anya Taylor-Joy, the main character from The Queen's Gambit, she's nominated. Regina King is nominated for Best Director for One Night in Miami. I'm really just, honestly, y'all know I'm rooting for Everybody's Black. Chadwick Boseman was nominated for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom for Best Actor in a Drama Motion Picture. The Crown is nominated for Best Series, as is Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Ozark, and Ratched. That's a tough one. Whew. For Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series, you got Laura Linney from Ozark, and Emma Corrin from The Crown, and Olivia Colman from The Crown. I don't know who these characters are. It's so crazy because you watch The Crown and you really are just thinking of like the actual roles that they play. Or at least I do. Lin-Manuel Miranda is nominated for Hamilton for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Sacha Baron Cohen is also nominated, as is Andy Samberg for the movie Palm Springs, which is funny as shit if you haven't seen that. Viola Davis is also nominated for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Andra Day is nominated for The United States versus Billie Holiday, which I have not seen and I don't think I knew existed. Let me try to skim through here a little quicker. Jared Leto is nominated for The Little Things, which I just dropped on. I want to say Netflix. Also stars Denzel Washington, and I've been getting a lot of feedback from people that Jared Leto is kind of the best thing in the movie. Also in that category are Daniel Kaluuya from Judas and the Black Messiah, and Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. Soul got a nomination for the score.
And for Best Animated Film also. So also Best Animated Film.
Yeah. So yeah.
So Lovecraft, okay. I mean,
so Lovecraft got a nomination as a show, but neither of the actors did.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a lot of TV out here.
It's a lot of TV out here.
And a lot of movies out here, especially during the Panini, and a lot of folks are going to be aggrieved. I get it, but I just wanted to know because I was just trying to make sure that there was some representation. Oh, yeah. And there's quite a bit of representation.
Listen, I was going to say that unlike the music industry, I feel like the film industry has been putting its money where its mouth is.
But what I will say is in the best performances categories, they're overwhelmingly white
True,
on both men and women's sides.
true.
And that's weird. And people should absolutely call them out for that. Because, I feel like we're moving the needle and it's good to see good
John
shows,
Boyega nominated.
small shows, like small acts, getting nods and things of that nature. But we definitely got more to do to earn respect in these. Come on, in these categories.
And I'll say
Um,
one more, and I'll add to that and say that we also have to start moving beyond black and white.
oh, but Cynthia Nixon and Ratched, boy, listen, I don't care about nobody else in that damn list. That lady played the fuck out of that role.
Who?
Cynthia Nixon
Oh,
in
okay. I haven't seen that show yet. I don't know
Oh
how I
my
missed
god,
it.
she's an amazing actress. A British, of black descent, black British actress. Absolutely
No, you're thinking of
smashed
a
that role.
different. You're thinking of Cynthia Erivo.
No, I know who I'm thinking of.
Cynthia Nixon is the white lady from Sex and the City.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other lady. Oh, boo.
No, yeah, no. Cynthia Nixon is the one who played Miranda on Sex and the City.
Oh, boo. Are you serious?
Yeah,
I take it back. I'm not
yeah.
giving
No,
y'all no
the best
props.
performances by an actress in a supporting role, all white.
Oh, mom, she was trash in that.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, we've got Don Cheadle and Rami Youssef. And Rami Youssef is the only, if I'm not mistaken,
The only
no,
non-white person.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
only
I
non-white,
went through all
non-black
the
person.
primary best, performance categories. We got Viola Davis, and like,
We got no Viola Davis, John Boyega got a supporting role.
well, yeah, but I'm
What's
talking out of six categories. There's
mhm,
like four colored folks,
Don Cheadle. So
right?
out of the best actor, not supporting, we've got, and it's
So
sad
you
because
got
this is what
drama, you
we
got comedy,
okay. So in comedy, you got Don Cheadle and Rami Youssef.
you got musical. Well, there's nobody musical or comedy. There's nobody.
For
Well,
best actor?
you got Lin Manuel Miranda. That's it.
Okay, that's three.
Um, so I'm just reading the categories because you got best performance by an actress, drama,
Uh-huh.
actor, drama. Then you have actress, musical or comedy, um, supporting in any motion picture. So you probably got about 10
Right. Dev
individualist
Patel is
categories.
also nominated for best actor in a motion picture for the personal history of David Copperfield. So that's four. And Sacha Baron Cohen, I don't think is white. He's British, but I don't think he's white.
Yeah, we're not
I
gonna.
mean, it's still like we still counting them on less than two hands.
Sacha
Two
Baron
full
Cohen
hands.
is Jewish.
Okay, so take that back. My bad. My bad.
That's Ali G. Yeah,
Being racist, I see Tahar Rahim, and I'm assuming that is not a white man, or Riz Ahmed and Chadwick Boseman, all
I,
nominated
I
for
would
best
I
actor.
wouldn't assume that they're black.
No, not black. I'm just saying non-white.
Yeah, I'm not going down the POC road this trip.
Okay.
But I
So
mean,
count back
but
those
it
three people
matters.
that I counted.
But what I'm saying is, in the individual acting categories, and there are tons of them because
Yeah,
they go by the type, which I
for sure,
like
for sure.
because you get more opportunities to celebrate actors when you go by drama, music. Like the Oscars just say best actor in a film,
Uh-huh.
or whatever. So I like that they break it out, but they could have done better.
Okay, that's true. That's a fair
And I'm,
critique.
I'm just trying to give the space for the first conversation that we had where people were aggrieved, like, oh, this person, that person, that person. I mean, I think overall there's a lot of representation here. For example, Soul absolutely better win this best motion picture animated because it's one of the best things Pixar's done in years. Um, and that's Cool. But best performance by actress supporting role in any motion picture, you got Glenn Close, Olivia Colman, Jodie Foster, Amanda Seyfried, Helena Zengel.
Sorry to that man. I don't know
You
who it
know.
was.
So I mean, we're nobody's ever going to be completely happy, and
Right.
and I'm cool, but there's always somebody who could have been slid in there, and all this person
Yeah.
could have been there or whatever. So
Oh, and to answer your question about the window is from January 1st, 2020 to February 28th, 2021.
okay, well
I
that's
feel
damn
like that
near.
may be an extended window because they maybe skipped last year.
Gotcha.
No, yeah. Yes. So this is going to happen in late February and it's going to be virtual. Um, Jumping out the gate with the first rescheduled tour with official dates. Your boy, The Weekend, Abel,
Wow.
however you want to pronounce his name. I feel like to go with Tesfaye, he has to be Abel, but I mean Abel, but he's probably Abel. Anyway, The Weekend announced his dates for his delayed the After Hours tour because The Weekend was one of those people that was definitely supposed to have a freaking amazing 2020 on the road. Pero Porsche Panamera. And so he's announced his new dates that start on January 14th of 2022 in Vancouver. He's going to hit the west coast of Canada first, and then he's going to swing through St. Paul, Minnesota, Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Ohio, then back to Toronto, then the East Coast. I be wondering who be routing some of these tours sometimes because sometimes it just really be like a ping pong, 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 pong. Coming down south around the 22nd of February, that would be New Orleans, and he's hitting Texas, Cali, no Atlanta. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Atlanta is all the way out there in April, as is Philly, and a second pass through New York City, second pass through Toronto. So look, I don't know if they just like being real cautious with their like, we're gonna come back to these cities a couple times, but there's two separate sets of back-to-back nights in New York and Toronto. And then he's already planned out the British side of this tour, which would kick off on September 10th. The Weekend said let him out the house. He is ready to go and he's ready to get back on the road and go back to work. So that's out there. Let's see if we have a date for when tickets will be available. The tickets are on sale now for the rescheduled dates, and a release promises that previously purchased tickets will be valid for the corresponding rescheduled dates, which are listed below. So if you had tickets to go see The Weekend, go ahead and cash some things in. In the meantime, he will be at the Super Bowl, which I understand is happening this weekend. I've been told.
Yep, this weekend in Tampa. Yes, Tom Brady
Tom motherfucking Brady.
in the Super Bowl again.
Again, at 57 years old. He's not really 57, you guys.
No, but he's pretty damn close. And shout out to Bill Belichick, who thought that he was the reason why New England kept going to the Super Bowl. Apparently, it's Tom fucking Brady. So he took that shit on the road with him. So he'll be back for his 10th Super Bowl.
The commercials have started coming out. Little Uzi Vert has one. I'm sorry, not Little Uzi Vert. Little Nas X. I'm old.
Of course.
My littles. My favorite so far, really the only one I've watched. There's one with Michael B. Jordan where he's Alexa. Hilarious.
Oh wow.
It's so funny because the premise is like there's a new kind of design for the Alexa speakers, or for the I forget what they're actually called, the Echoes. And so she's like, I can't imagine a better body or a better vessel for the Alexa. And then she sees an ad with Michael B. Jordan. So now she starts fantasizing about if Michael B. Jordan was her Alexa. So like she's cooking and he's just sitting on her counter. It's hilarious. It's really well executed. And The Weeknd has taken advantage of this upcoming Super Bowl to explain why the bandage is on his face. Do you guys still care?
I'll be honest, bro. Like, I really stopped caring.
Okay.
I mean, it was cool. It was a good little device for. I just like the music, bro. I just like the music.
Well, if you guys care, it's on Variety. He did an interview with Variety. It's there.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure somebody does, but it's a little bit too late.
It's pretty stupid for having kept us waiting this fucking long. He could have kept this shit, to be honest.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. But he's now referring to the whole character that he's playing with the bandages as the character. All right. This Friday.
Character.
This Friday, Nipsey Hussle's estate will be releasing the Marathon visual album.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be on YouTube Live Friday, February 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It is animated-ish. According to Uproxx, the experience appears to be a stunning visual tribute to the late, great Nipsey Hussle, as well as his beloved Crenshaw neighborhood of Los Angeles. They teased the project back in December, writing in commemoration of this anniversary. We're proud to announce our collaborative effort with Okie Dokie to bring to life an interactive live visual album experience coming in 2021. So I guess it's the anniversary of his Marathon mixtape.
It sounds about right. But Marathon was that. I'm guessing it's the album.
No, it was the Marathon mixtape. That's what they're saying. Celebrating the life of an incredible human. The Marathon mixtape in the first week of Black History Year.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I've never heard of the Marathon mixtape.
Well, he couldn't call it an album technically, officially. Is that the one that he sold for like $500?
Oh no. Okay, no. This is the Marathon mixtape from 2010. All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on board. That was 2010, I believe.
Wow, we are old. All righty.
Which was about
Joe. Huh?
that joint was, yeah, that one actually has some shit on there. So
I think that was the one that kind of reeled people in who were still not really on board yet.
Well, I think it took a while for people to get on board. I think even after this, but what it showed, it's funny because he's got one with J1, who is the biggest producer scammer of all time, but he actually absolutely got a beat on this joint. DJ Cass is on this joint. He's got a record with Ryan Wesley and Big Crit and QD3. Yes, QD3 is Quincy's son. So,
yeah. All right. So congratulations to one Joseph Budden. Let me tell you something.
Oh, he threw himself a party on the Clubhouse. That's why.
Contrary to popular belief, I am not an actual hater. I applaud fly shit and dope shit when it happens. So Joe Budden, after very loudly saying, he was bouncing off of Spotify, has now brought his podcast to Patreon and has been made an advisor to the company, taking on the title of Head of Creator Equity, which, if I am not mistaken, is a title that they made for him. That is the part that I applaud.
Sounds like at the job when they got creative chief equity officer or chief diversity officer.
That's cool if he really gonna be in there fighting for creators. And just from what I've seen of Joe, like, I just don't really see that Joe made all this noise to go in there and then be like, fuck you guys, I'm here. I don't need y'all no more.
Or maybe he'll take his happy stage with him.
So he's on Patreon and his shows will be available freely on most podcasting platforms except Spotify.
Goofy models coming soon.
And paying supporters will have access to additional perks. Both his show, The Joe Budden Podcast, and his network, The Joe Budden Network, will be supported through the same Patreon page. So it's one subscription cost. And you can pay anywhere from $5 to $25 a month for bonus content, a private Discord, and exclusive tour deals. He said that him and his team will also gate new shows as exclusives for Patreon subscribers, with them possibly being released more widely after a certain amount of time.
You know, here's my thing. I think this is dope. But inclusive niggas need to do diversity shit. People who are actually about that inclusive life. I think this is cool. But my question is it really going to be inclusive? Inclusive of who? Inclusive of people and things that Joe Budden likes?
Well, yeah, that's what it's going to be. I mean, the network so far, what I've seen of the network without looking is Karen Civil and trying to remember this woman's name so I don't reduce her to something silly.
Ariana Faust?
No.
Well, that's the other lady whose podcast he champions.
Anyway, Karen Civil has a show on there with another entrepreneur who happens to be her best friend. I cannot think of this lady's name to save my life, and I do not have the wherewithal to Google it at 11 o'clock at night or whatever time it is. It's just, y'all know who she is. If you fuck with Karen like that, you've seen the commercials already. I've seen that, and I've seen one other person that's on his podcast.
Yeah, so I'll go on my fake diversity rant later. I'll go on my fake independent rant later as well because you know, we got.
You don't think Patreon, if you're with Patreon, you're not independent enough?
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that. It's about who these opportunities are going to go to.
True.
That's you know, when you create gatekeepers, are those gatekeepers going to do their jobs and actually open that shit up to the people who need it the most? Because if not, then it just becomes a country club, but with a different
I don't want to put me in
cast and crew.
Shit.
So, you know, that's all good and well. But kudos to Joe.
Kudos to Joe. My thing is this. Kudos to Joe, of all fucking people, going to Patreon. And like, I don't remember seeing Patreon and make any kind of partnership announcements with nobody. Going to Patreon and being, well, I mean, I'm sure that you can go.
Well, they have to. I mean, look at OnlyFans kicking their ass.
Really? Well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, you know, it makes sense for them, you know, if they want to be competitive. It's a very smart business move for Patreon. You know, because I mean, I'm sure they're doing okay, but OnlyFans is clearly running that market, you know, and a lot of people who normally wouldn't have done OnlyFans have gone to it because celebrities have. So, you know, whereas it used to be primarily for adult entertainers, now it's just regular people on OnlyFans. Right. You know, anyone who has a fan base is on OnlyFans.
Oh, somebody I know was spotlighted because they were talking about like all the people in like the fashion and beauty industry that are taking advantage of OnlyFans.
Right, and that used to be where those people would generally go to Patreon previously, you know. So,
well, kudos to Joe. Elsewhere in the completely opposite end of the spectrum, there's a DJ in the UK from Capital Extra named DJ Tiny. And he lost his job because he was caught in a payola scheme. How? Sis? How sloppy do you have to be to get caught doing pay for play? Because
so
you know he's not the only one.
Well, shout to the UK because that shit would never happen in America. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, bro, you literally somebody had to have caught you in an undercover sting or something. Snitched. Because
what happened on Twitter, no less.
Over there, they don't play that shit.
Somebody snitched on Twitter. So what happened is that DJ Tiny had a slot from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Fridays. And he was kicked off of that slot after it emerged that he was charging £200, which is about $273, to play a song and keep it in his playlist. There's a UK producer, Jay Beats, who went on Twitter on January 28th, last Thursday, and said, so I did a mail out of my new track coming out, and look at what this DJ is telling me. And then, so you did it, and you did it on paper, bruh? Y'all niggas gotta stop thinking you're invincible. You did it on paper? Instagram gave you a whole swipe up and the message disappears as soon as you send it, and you did it in an email? So, yeah. J Beats wrote on Twitter and said, pay to play, SMAs. This DJ is on a big station and is asking for money to play songs. What kind of selector is this? Oh, J Beats. America would like to share something with you. In the email, DJ Tiny said, if you wish for the track to be premiered on my Friday night show, there would be a charge of $200 per one track. This would also include keeping the track within my radio playlist for 2 weeks. He did it on paper. I want to hear the song though. I should have pulled up the song. Oh, and this DJ is Stormzy's official tour DJ. Oh, sir.
Oh,
you don't even need the money. Well, I mean, I guess y'all not touring right now, but
oh, he need that money. DJs don't make shit. I mean, you get paid while you out there working, but you still gotta earn your keep.
True indeed. Well, that's all the news that I had that I was going to talk about today, because the other shit that we could talk about, we not finna talk about.
Well, the one thing that I'm going to bring up is that Sony just spent $430 million to buy indie label AWOL. And then they also acquired Cobalt's neighboring rights. Now, this is a problem, right? Independent artists, the do-it-yourself artist that space has been growing and growing and growing exponentially, right? So you had distributors, prior to 2010 or so, you really couldn't just distribute your music if you wanted to through iTunes and stuff like that without going through a lengthy process. I think CD Baby was probably one of the first people doing it, where it was available to anybody. And then TuneCore, fast forward, you get a lot more people in the digital space. And then, DistroKid comes out as the ultimate indie place in comparison to TuneCore and CD Baby, because you can put your song out unlimited, $10, etc., yada, yada, yada. So they blow up, massive. They're probably doing millions. But they're also owned by Spotify, or a large part of them is owned by Spotify. They also just did a deal with record labels so that they could give record labels your information for potential signing. So once again, it's a sham. It's a corporate company where the owner's still running around acting like they're a small mom and pop shop, and he's doing all the work by himself. And it's weird, and it's fake, right? And now you got Sony dropping $430 million on AWOL. Now, AWOL was an independent company where you had to submit to be to use the distribution services, and they would also, if they liked you, potentially sign you. So they found people like Rex Orange County, and then so these bigger record labels started poaching talent from these smaller indies, right? These smaller indie labels offering distribution deals. But now Sony just bought them. So the indie DIY world, which was exploding, in which you could get more of your money, is now being overseen by the same major labels that we try to get away from.
Yeah.
So
it's like My Bell. It's like how they broke up Bell South to sell it all back to AT&T.
And the wild shit is, most indie artists don't even know this. Most indie artists are still out here championing DistroKid, not knowing that DistroKid is selling their information, that DistroKid is corporately owned, and that homeboy is walking around Clubhouse faking the phone. And the problem is the people calling them out aren't educated enough to actually know why to call him out. So they just know, hey, Philip, something stinks, but they don't know what it is.
Right.
Right. So once again, we have to figure out where our market share is. Because for me, that's the big thing. As an artist, as an independent artist, can I live off of my art? Right. I'm trying to get from under these major labels and their terrible contracts. They already forced our hand by creating these terrible streaming deals that they did with the tech companies that we, the independent artists, have to also live by. We didn't have a say in that.
Right.
So it's one more way that we get squeezed out, we get fucked over, we get cheated, and we get left by the wayside. As we're thinking like, yo, indies are blowing up. And I mean,
Right. We about to make it.
I just looked at the numbers on Billboard, and you know, the independent market share is getting up there. But once again, step back. So, you know, I just hope people educate themselves. Y'all might not hear this. Y'all might hear me say this a million times. I'm gonna keep saying this shit. These companies are not independent. They're fake. They're frauds. Come to Kangaroo Records. We gonna stay independent. We not selling out to no damn corporate entities. Our goal is to help you.
You gotta do it in a Suge Knight voice.
You know, our goal is to help you get your money, not end up, you know, making Sony and Spotify and all these other people rich, because that's what they want. They want you to make them rich. Instagram, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, come on, what are we doing out here? You know, most of these independent artists are spending money. They're not even making money.
Right.
They're not to collect their money. They're spending. All they're doing is spending money to put out music, and getting nothing back of substance.
Getting nothing back of substance and having nobody to tell them like how to take it.
Well, that's because these people don't care. You know, so the whole DIY thing, once again, you gotta watch, it's becoming gentrified. They are gentrifying the DIY space.
Yes. Because too many of you are asleep at the wheel and not taking it past one step. Like you're taking the one step. You're uploading it to the platforms and then you think it's supposed to just go by itself. It takes more than that. Not related, but kind of related. Can I shout out Tidal real quick?
Go for it.
I opened Tidal. As y'all know, I'm a multi-culti ass nigga. I don't be trying to brag about it. That's just the reality of who I am. English is my fourth language, and I listen to music in a lot of different languages, right? So I opened Tidal the other day, and it said Black History Month, dive into our page. So I clicked on that, and it had a Pioneers page. And mine switched up a little bit now, but because of what I listened to the other day when I did it. But when I opened that Pioneer page, I want to shout out Tidal for doing exactly what you and I are always talking about and recognizing that Black people in America are not a monolith, and that all of us as Black people in America have been influenced by a variety of people musically and by a variety of musical styles. So their pioneers range from Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, of course, to why am I having to scroll down so far to get to these people this time? Why are you doing this to me? And of course, because my brain does not work. That's why. To Celia Cruz, to Eva Alion, to Oscar de Leon, to El General, who, if you guys don't know El General, like there is literally one person to whom we can point reggaeton and the start of reggaeton. And it is an artist named El General who used to take hit Jamaican reggae records and redo them in Spanish. So like, a lot of, you know, like that first Supercat album, like there was a couple songs that he redid. La Sonora Matancera is on here, or I'm sorry, Dinamita is on here. So they have like a variety of, you know, Black Caribbean, Spanish artists. They have a variety of reggae artists on here, but then they also have, you know, obviously your Billie Holidays and your Ray Charleses, and, you know, they have speeches on here by Malcolm X and Dr. King. John Coltrane is on there. They have some gospel artists on there, and these are just the people that they're spotlighting specifically as pioneers. But when I opened it and I saw, who did I see? Because I posted it the other day. I saw El General and I saw Gregory Isaacs. and that just made me really, really excited. Those were the first two people I saw. So shouts to Title for getting that right in my book. And I haven't explored the rest of it yet, but yeah, yeah. All right, let's talk about current music. Hey guys, we'd love to actually have to advertisers on here. If not, other ideas that we've thought about is maybe a Patreon. I don't know. How would y'all feel about an OnlyFans of, some ASMR shit, maybe? Me reacting to can we do an ASMR of me reacting to WandaVision?
Absolutely.
Holy shit. Why is the helicopter in color? Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Send me to bed. Sorry. Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Okay.
It's all Wanda.
Huh?
I said it's all Wanda.
Is it though?
It's
Do you
all
believe it
Wanda.
is?
It's all Wanda.
You believe so?
She might have some. There's a caveat to that. She might have some assistance, or she might have had some motivation. But as far as who's controlling everything, like firsthand control, it's all Wanda.
Right. But see, so one of the things that I watched, and you guys, spoiler alert, just give us a couple minutes. If you have actually no, fuck a spoiler alert. Listen, they're giving you one show at a time, and it is freaking almost time for another show. If you ain't watched it yet, that's your bad.
And by the time this come out, the other one's probably going.
The other one's already out already. So if if you're not caught up on episode 4, that's your bad. Shit, now I done forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, one of the Easter egg recap things that I watched was and actually a couple of them were talking about the fact that in the scene where she's delivering the babies, there's a couple places where you see that she doesn't always have full control.
No, but that's literally a part of. It's like trying to hold together something, and losing your focus because something else happens to jolt you out. So even when you see the red, when you see the which we know is the drone, when you see the red drone look like the helicopter, she couldn't completely turn that black and white. Right. She made it look different.
Old, yeah.
Because it went in looking like, some newfangled shit in the colors of Captain Marvel. But then it came out on the other end, red, but it wasn't supposed to be colored at all.
Right.
But when they got excited, when she was having contractions, when she was flustered by the visitors, you'd see like things happen. So that's literally like, oh man, if I knee jerk and something is I'm holding something by a string,
right?
When I knee jerk, that thing's gonna move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The baby thing was when shit went absolutely haywire. Remember, that's when the whole neighborhood, everybody's shit, like Geraldine's pipes, the neighbors' lights went out, like all kind of stuff. So she's literally controlling the energy and the field and the cops who go in and out and keep people from coming in.
That's right, because there's the cops outside that are like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, like what do you mean Westview?
Ain't no Westview.
Ain't no Westview here.
Eastview.
That sign behind there. You don't see that.
You don't see that.
You're not looking at that.
You've seen, and I'm sure you know, the whole storyline about the babies, though.
Yes.
From the comics.
Yes.
I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah. I can't wait till they go trick or treat.
I'm just really like, one of my friends said he was doing this, and I kind of almost want to do this, which is to just stop watching until the rest of it is out. I ain't gonna do that. I'm enjoying disappointment TV.
I grew up in an era where we all did, but specifically with comics, you went to the comic store, you got a comic book. That comic book had a limited number of pages. You read that comic book, you got to the end, there was a cliffhanger, you was salty as shit, until you could go and buy the next one.
And it wasn't next week.
And it wasn't next week because most titles was bi-weekly at the most. So you had to chill and wait.
And also little kids had mamas that was like, I'm not going back to that fucking store. You ain't got no more money, so.
Right. So, yeah. So, that's how it went. But we're so spoiled these days with Netflix and binging and, oh my God, what do you mean I can't watch the next episode right now? So I'm enjoying it once again. Shout out to the casual fans. I'm glad y'all came on board. Yeah, we know Wanda's on 4.
No, Mikey was saying we're on 5.
Oh,
no, I know we're on 5.
Yeah, we know that. Shout out to Mikey. Yeah, we're good, Mikey. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anatomy.
All right, so let's talk about this music.
Let's talk about this music. Let's talk about the fact that we don't ever mention Nori when we talk about these rappers that just can't stay on beat as if that was their actual job.
I don't know if Nori can't stay on beat. I don't think that's it. I think he can. He's very good at staying in between the constructs of 2 lines. It's the timing. He's got his own timing within the beat.
Okay.
That is. Yeah, I mean,
let me explain to y'all what SZA means. What SZA means is Silk the Shocker, and I'm assuming Blueface because I ain't listened to enough Blueface to know. They're all over the place.
Right. They go outside the lines. So
Nori is always in the same pocket.
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
in the pocket.
The vocal pocket and the instrumental pocket don't match.
Right. Yeah. So basically, you got from here to here to get your bar done. Nori colors very creatively within those lines.
And run laps around the English Channel.
Blueface is completely like he don't even care. He's halfway in. Like there's no science to his.
Why is run laps around the English Channel so funny to me? Okay, sorry, guys. I think I have the giggles. It's
but
okay.
But he does have Does he have a Cocker Spaniel?
Is that what he said?
Yes.
I love Nori. Like, let me just say that. Like, let's be clear that I love Noriega and I enjoy Noriega very much.
Well, I love because his rap style is very much Latino, broken English, it's very Queens, very Dun language. Like it's very, like War Report Nori for me is like if there was a video game, that'd be the special character you unlock is War Report Nori. You know what I'm saying?
War Report Nori.
And, Super Thug Nori, like Melvin Flint. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I love Nori, man. And Nori's got these. It's 2 songs actually, but the video combines the 2 songs.
Okay, so Out of Line is featuring Meth and I don't know my Griselda niggas.
That's apart. Conway.
Thank you. Sorry. At least I know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw him and knew.
Yeah, that's Conway. The Gun.
So yeah, so Conway and Method Man.
You got Conway the Machine and Method Man are Out of Line, and then you got DJ Khaled and Dream Doll on Going Up. Okay. So make sure y'all check that out. I'm glad they put the videos together. Method Man got some bars about YNW Melly and his friends that I didn't think were very nice, but as far as metaphors go, it was great.
Seems very random.
I mean, it was just, YNW Melly's the guy who shot his best friend, allegedly. And Method Man, it had a line. It said, culture shooter, the Chuck, dearly, I trust rarely. Might trust a friend, even then, YNW Melly. PB and Jelly. Now, Robert Kelly done caught a felon. Who would have thought that your life was short as my part in Belly? Like, we love. We love a metaphor.
We love a self-aware mess.
Go listen to this shit, man. It's a fun record.
I just saw a picture with the most lyrics in it imaginable, the most words in a picture. It's a picture of Sky Zoo, Stolly, Mickey Fax, and Big Crit.
That shit.
Sorry. There's a lot of words in this picture, yo.
That's wild. That's wild.
Here in
So
Atlanta, because
I was about to
Atlanta
say
has
Stolly
changed.
must have been in Atlanta.
Huh?
Does Stolly live here?
They all live here.
I didn't know Stolly lived here.
Yeah, Stolly's been here for a while.
Obviously.
Stolly's been here for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, so that's what we've got from Nori this week.
What?
Who else we got? Oh, Max B has clearly tapped into the Vibes Cartel. What is it called? What is it called? What do the kids be buying for like their video games? Like the expansion kit type.
The expansion pack,
yeah. He's tapped into the Vibes Cartel expansion pack because Max B done dropped more music in the last 7 months than at any previous point in his career. I feel like
they done gave this man a whole studio in his cell.
Clearly, and he's making the best use of it. And he just dropped a new joint. It's called where am I missing it? Why don't I see it? It's called Bad to the Bone.
Yes.
And yes, it samples that. And yes, it's corny, but also it's Max B, so it works. Max B is so good at making corny shit work, bro.
It's wavy.
Huh? It's wavy? It's wavy. It's wavy. Who else? Where should we go with it? I feel like we should save JoJo.
We're gonna save JoJo for last.
Second to last? Let's talk about Selena Gomez.
Okay.
Selena Gomez is dropping a Spanish language EP. She has now released the second single from said EP. It's called Baila Conmigo. It has a very catchy hook. And then she did you non-Spanish speakers a favor. And they've got subtitles with the English translation of the lyrics on the video.
Nice.
So y'all can go do what we used to do when we listen to American music and learn to make the sounds, or what I do today when I listen to African music and learn to make it sound good. But y'all will also know what you're saying, which is, the title of the song obviously is Dance With Me. The other joint, let me see if I can get a date on this Selena Gomez Spanish EP from these internets. Or maybe it's a full album. Is it a full album? I love how people are like honoring Latin roots. The EP is called Revelación, because I had to say it like that. And it's due out on March 12th. And featured on the song Baila Conmigo is a Puerto Rican reggaeton sensation, Rauw Alejandro. The first single was called, you would think I could find this quickly, but the internet doesn't like me like that anymore. Or writers don't be writing the shit the way they're supposed to. The first song was called De Una Vez, which means at once, and she dropped that 2 weeks ago. So she's here with it, and she's very excited about it, she said.
All right, Selena Gomez, yeah.
I love Selena Gomez very much. I enjoy her much. Brent Faiyaz or JoJo? I said we was leaving JoJo for last, right?
Yes, we're gonna leave JoJo for last.
Okay, so this Brent Faiyaz Tyler the Creator record, Tyler's rapping, yes?
Yes, Tyler's rapping.
Because Tyler, just like we don't want to assume pronouns. Tyler said don't assume genres either. He didn't say that, you guys. I said that before it be some beef out here. But yeah, so Tyler's actually rapping, but he's doing it in a distorted voice, right? Was I tripping? Or is that his actual rap voice?
No, that was his rap voice.
So have I not ever heard Tyler the Creator rap? What is life?
I don't know. Have you not?
Because I really felt like that was like, some kind of, you know what I mean? Like, obviously not auto-tune, but I felt like that was some kind of something going on there.
He probably has some, little effects going on, but I mean.
Okay. The song is called Gravity. And you said Brent Faiyaz is growing on you.
Yes, with every time out. He's doing the things that made me like Crew Love.
Yes, okay. So. I feel like I always enjoy Brent Faiyaz, but I never know it's him.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, like his first couple things, I liked his last project. No, that wasn't him. That was Gold Link. Sorry. Um,
See?
I know y'all liked his last project. I don't think I
I'm
listened to
sorry.
it.
That is
So,
some shady ass shit, yo.
but I like this record a lot. And this record is going to make me want to listen to more Brent Fires. And I'm not saying I didn't like him, but I'm just saying I didn't listen. So, because the stuff before I wasn't a fan of.
Fair.
I know a lot of folks like, especially women, like how how toxic he is. Because I know y'all love the things that y'all should hate.
Who
Um,
y'all?
so
Who's
I'm
y'all?
just making broad generalizations like everybody else be doing.
I want you to put a age cap on that though. Actually, no, fuck that. That wouldn't be accurate. There's no age
It's about to
limit to
say,
loving toxic shit.
right. It's about to say, my mama love toxic shit.
Hi Trey
Um,
songs.
so I'll let you take that one and run with that after we finish. But yeah,
Oh no. That's all I have to say about it.
but it's a great record. So yeah.
Yeah, so
There you go.
kudos to Brent Fires. Okay, so JoJo, who we all love, JoJo, who, y'all might not invite to the cookout where your parents and aunties gonna be at, but y'all would invite her to the cookout after party where it's like all the cousins and your friends smoking weed and, doing ratchet shit that you don't want your parents to see you doing.
Yes.
Oh wait, did we skip this Meek Mill? Whose song is this Meek Mill joint that you had on here?
Oh yeah, Conga. Produced by Boy Wonder, featuring what's the young lady's name?
Leslie Grace.
Leslie Grace and Meek Mill. Yeah.
So it's Boy Wonder's record?
He's the producer of the record.
So whose song is it?
I think I don't know. It feels like it's for some kind of advertisement or some kind of brand or some movie or whatever. Because it says Conga featuring Meek Mill, and I'm just like, wait, but isn't the song called Conga?
It's Bacardi.
Okay,
So
cool.
Bacardi basically had them redo Conga, which of course was like a
Gloria
huge Gloria
Estefan,
Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, because that's what it was back then, record. And so yeah, they redid that.
So it's the song. It's Gloria Estefan's song featuring Leslie Grace, Boy Wonder, and Meek Mill.
Yes, there you go.
And it's pretty cool. It's a good.
It is pretty cool.
I like it.
I would like to see what Bacardi is doing around that.
Yeah, they dropped a press release on PSR, PR Newswire. Conga, Bacardi Rum drops world premiere of Conga featuring Meek Mill, Leslie Grace, produced by Boy Wonder, revealing first official remake of the global hit track. Found a worldwide call for voice and dance submissions. Oh, so
they're basically having people like do their own remake.
Well, they had a competition apparently.
Oh, so they dropped the whole competition.
Additionally, the music video boasts impressive roster of celebrities and influencers, including a cameo by Emilio Estefan, one of the producers behind the original track. And then they have a cocktail called the Coco Conga cocktail, which is 2 ounces Bacardi Superior rum, 1 ounce lime juice, 12 minutes.
It's a fucking mojito with coconut rum. It's a mojito.
Extra fine sugar, 1 ounce of club soda, and a splat.
Leave me alone, man. Stop trying to reinvent the fucking wheel. It's a mojito with coconut flavored rum. Okay.
Hey man, look, Bacardi is gonna find a way to repackage and sell it to us again. They remixed the song. Mm-hmm. Might as well remix the drink.
There you go. For a whole generation that doesn't even know who Gloria Estefan is.
Oh yeah.
Which is sad, because y'all should definitely know. Because she was a pioneer. All right, so now on to JoJo. JoJo created a song that encapsulates what Sis and I feel is the inner monologue of white allies to people of color and Black people specifically. Because white people white people like a motherfucker in 2020. And a lot of y'all are just really sitting here like, wow, guys, like we knew, but wow. But fucking wow. And so she dropped a song called American Mood. Tell us about American Mood, sis. Because you were paying attention to the lyrics a little bit more than I was.
So basically it is JoJo apologizing, acknowledging her position of privilege and asking the Black community what she can do to be helpful. It's a song of it's kind of like how do I put it? It's basically her acknowledging her privilege, and you know, lamenting the things that are going on in the world right now. And you know, this is basically all of your white homies that you know aren't racist, who have been allies, but who are like extra like, man, white people are trash, and we all have those homies.
Yes.
That join us in the white people are trash. They be like, girl, white people really are trash, and I'm white.
I have friends that text me and be like, yo, my bad. Right. You good?
Yes, no.
You good? Yeah. We love
you. Know
you.
And it comes from a very genuine place. And yes. I feel sorry, you know, I know a lot of Black people might not, maybe you don't have those friends. But as someone who has those genuine people, and I feel like JoJo came from a really genuine place, because it's a confusing position to be in.
Yes.
You know, you got to think all the way back to the Freedom Riders, when people took buses down south, when Jewish people got on buses to go down south and, you know, try to help desegregate the South, and they were beaten and bloodied and you know, had dogs sick on them just like we were, and they chose to do that shit.
There is a picture of Bernie Sanders sitting in the front of a car with a Black woman who was sitting in front of a car that I can only assume was threatening to run her over. And he's sitting with her, holding that space and making sure that she's safe. Bernie Sanders, that Bernie Sanders with the mittens. So there have been allies. And you know, sometimes you have to consider that, like, what the hell does that even feel like or look like in this day and age? So and JoJo said that she recorded the song a few years back and she was just kind of holding it, trying to figure out, you know, because it's definitely the kind of thing that could be misconstrued. And it's definitely the kind of thing that a lot of people are going to get and not receive in the spirit in which it was presented. Like they really gonna be on some like,
well, you know, some people, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, and once again, man, that's cool. Like, and I think we all extend grace to people who are angry, and rightfully so. You know, I was in a conversation with Royce, or you know, it was a bunch of us in a room, and we were just talking about people being angry, and you know, he said, you know, like we have to extend grace to people who are rightfully angry, and I agree. Like, you know, all of y'all might not like. I'm not going to assume that all of y'all have had positive experiences or are, you know, aren't triggered by certain things, and you know, I don't think any of us should discount those people's experiences or how they feel. We should let them grieve. We should let them be angry. We should let them get it out. You know, and that's okay. So, but for me, this song is super authentic, and I think it's, you know, it's right on time. So thank you, JoJo.
Yes, thank you indeed, JoJo. Oh look, I forgot to pull up the list of albums. Are albums dropping again, bro?
So let's just take a quick peek.
I just really want albums again. It's February. It's the second week of, well, it's the first full week of February.
Oh, we got something coming. We got something coming from
huh?
We got something coming from not really. We got something coming from Devin the Dude. He's dropping an album called Soulful Distance. The Foo Fighters are dropping an album, Medicine at Midnight. Little Mozzie is dropping Universal. Pooh Shiesty is dropping Shiesty Season.
People are very excited about Pooh Shiesty.
The Weeknd is dropping the highlights. 18 tracks. He's going back in. And that's pretty much it. It's so
Still
far
light.
a pretty light time. People have not really geared up yet. But the next week we got Conway the Machine coming back out. You got Florida Georgia Line. Hopefully we start to Pentatonics are dropping. Robin Thicke, Sia is dropping. Trippie Redd is putting something out.
What's Beyonce doing? Can she just drop an album right quick?
Yeah, I think we're all waiting on some heavy.
Where's
hitters.
Rihanna? Rihanna just popped up on a Fat Joe song and then cussed out the dumbass DA.
Oh, cussed out. Yeah,
we're not saying his name. Fuck that nigga.
Coon from Kentucky.
Like you ain't charged not one person Breonna Taylor's death, but you want to celebrate Black History Month right now, nigga? Shut the fuck up.
Right. You need to go listen to JoJo's song. So yeah, yes, it's kind of light, but we do have a Cardi B single coming up. That should be dropping, I believe Friday. So Cardi B's dropping a single on Friday.
That's right. It's called Up.
Called Up. That is, we've been getting some images of that. G-Eazy's dropping a joint with Mark Morrison and Chris Brown. So how old do you have to be to know
Mark Morrison?
Yes, Return of the Mac.
It's got to be a sample. It's a sample. It ain't no way.
It says featuring. So
yeah, so did Busta Rhymes Poison.
But so I'm
out of my mind.
So this song is actually produced by the homies Cardiac, Paul Cabin, and Hitmaker's in there somewhere. So I'm gonna actually ask if it's the sample, if we really gonna get some Mark Morrison. But either way, I'm excited about that. Keisha Cole is dropping a new single, I Don't Want to Be in Love. Polo G is dropping GNF. Smoke Purp and Lil Mozzie's dropping We Outside. So Friday we got a couple decent singles. Maybe we'll get a video with that Cardi B song. Freddie Gibbs is dropping Gang. This has got to be a typo. It says Gang Sings featuring Schoolboy Q. But we're gonna remix that. And
that would be lovely if it was songs.
Gang Sings.
Yes, I'd be here for it. I would be here for it.
Gang Sings. That's Gang Signs. Yeah, it's Gang Signs. Because I'm looking at the cover art. Produced by Working on Dying, Pilgrim, and Facts Only. Shout out to Working on Dying, man. They are most notably known for doing a lot of shit with Uzi, but team of producers from my hometown, Brandon, Facts Only, Filthy, hopefully Diamonds in their foreheads coming soon. But yeah, so we got some music. So what we're getting is we're getting a lot of singles, which is cool because we're still getting music. It truly is a singles economy right now. The albums will tend to work their way in, but it's February already, so
February already.
We'll see. Oh man, I found a new spot that I'm gonna go check out this weekend. Hopefully.
What kind of spot?
It's a lounge, restaurant, a little upscale.
Okay.
They serve Caribbean fusion food.
It's called Spice House.
No, it's Apartment 4B.
Oh, you're late. I was there 3 months ago.
Okay, well, see, there you go. You can tell me shit about it. See?
I'm pretty sure I did. I feel like I probably would have because I love Apartment 4B. My sister told me to start double masking when I go outside, so I don't know how much outside I'm gonna be.
And also G Garvin's got a new spot opening, Low Country Steaks on 10th Street.
But Apartment 4B, when I went, like they're very good about checking temperatures at the door, and then I know the homie Sean Fallion DJs there. I believe on Saturdays. It's a pretty spaced out. It's a really fly spot. It's the same people that own Miss Icy's. If you've ever been to Miss Icy's, so it has a very Brooklyn vibe to it, and I always enjoy a good Brooklyn vibe.
We need a We need a sweet chick.
Do we need?
Yeah. I think we need a sweet chick for the ambiance of sweet chick.
What
I
is the
think
ambiance of Sweet Chicks like?
it's it's very New York. Um, it's exposed brick. It's like almost prohibition style. Laid back. Have you been to the one in there's one in Queens, there's one in Lower East Side, and then there's one in LA.
I've been to LA one whole fucking time. I
Oh, okay. Yeah.
well,
So
twice actually,
Sweet
twice,
Sweet
which
Chick
is just
is
the weirdest
so
shit in the world. But
so Sweet Chick is the
I know, no, I know
restaurant
what
that
it
Nas
is.
owns. And
Yeah, yeah, I know what it
I,
is, but I
I
just
think
haven't been.
I think but when I looked at Apartment 4B, it kind of reminded me. It's more like a grimy version of that, and it's not grimy as in dirty, but it's more hip hop. Like
What,
it
Apartment
has like
4B?
no Sweet Chick.
Sweet Chicks, yeah.
Yeah,
Apartment 4B is very much like that eclectic, but not all the way like weird, but like, like she listens to all kinds of music
right, right.
and she burns incense, but
Well,
she
yeah.
hang out with white people and go to, like all kinds of gallery openings, like that girl's apartment. That's what it looks like.
Sweet Chick is more like a loft apartment with the exposed brick and the
Okay.
brass.
Yeah.
But also like a place where you smoke, eat, chill, have a good time. They play hip hop. They have today was a good day and a big ass sign,
Hmm.
neon behind the bar. Like it's that kind of vibe. So, and the food's fucking amazing. And it's not just chicken and waffles. It's like Asian chicken and waffles with vegetarian chicken. It's its own thing, which is why I think it would do well here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Have you been? You've been to Apartment 4B already, or you just kind of
no,
saw
I
it?
haven't. No, I
Okay.
haven't. I haven't.
Yeah, it's
No, I
really
got
cool. You're gonna
invited.
love the. Oh my god, something just got in my throat, y'all.
Where's the place with the? Did we talk about the place with the $10,000 brunch?
We're not gonna talk about no shit like that.
Did we talk
Okay,
about that
let's talk
place?
about it. No, what are you talking about?
That was the place that the black dudes owned, and they have that $10,000 brunch. It's like a lobster, and it comes with like a bottle of expensive
Don't make
ass
me cuss people out,
alcohol.
yeah. Where's this place?
It's downtown Atlanta.
What is it called?
I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Not breakfast is at Barney's.
Yes, breakfast at Barney's.
There's
yes.
a $10,000 brunch.
Yes, it is. You didn't know that?
I'm holding my tongue on some other shit that I would love to share about that place.
I feel like it's oh boy.
What happened?
I shouldn't go. Is that what you're saying? No, give it to me straight.
One of the owners is a chiropractor who is being investigated for some sexual assault shit. At two different offices, so two different cases. So innocent until proven guilty and all that good stuff.
No, it's $1,000 brunch, Barbara.
Listen, $1,000 brunch, my nigga. Like, does my plate keep refilling and following me the fuck home and then continue to feed me for another 2 months? Don't fucking play with me, yo.
It serves up to 4 guests. It comes with 14 karat gold pancakes, a Yardbird platter, fried lobster and grits, a bottle of Yellow Label Brut, a bottle of Armand de
Bragniac. That's Jay-Z and Cognac.
Spades. A bottle of Ace of Spades.
Or champagne, rather.
Right. It's a bottle of Ace of Spades.
You see my face?
It's called the Mansa Musa Tower.
Fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Pardon my mouth. I be in the house by myself. And I be in the house by myself, y'all, like really honestly reading headlines and being like, bitch, fuck you. Like that be my actual reaction to shit. So I'm sorry.
If y'all listening and you come to Atlanta and you can provide a COVID test, I'll be your tour guide. We're going to go places that are very scattered in people. We're gonna wear masks and we're gonna do
that ain't breakfast at Barney's either.
And
I don't think, unless you go on a weekday.
Yeah, because I mean, they're not supposed to. Like, you're not supposed to have, like, there are regulations in the city that
Are
they're
there?
supposed to follow. Yeah, because I can't even I can't even go to my favorite spots anymore because they're always fucking they're always packed. I mean,
Let me
not
tell you a
packed,
secret.
but
Let me tell you a secret. We were trying to book a brunch reservation. I want to say in October.
Mhm.
And there was a spot that flat out told us, yeah, we don't have any more restrictions. It's wide open.
Yeah, that must be that
So
that Coral whatever place that everybody. That's why somebody asked me like, "Have I been there?"
it was like West Egg or somewhere like that.
No, see, that West Egg is the place we couldn't get in.
Oh, see,
because West Egg. First of all, West Egg is
maybe it was another broken
already.
egg.
Yeah, it probably was another broken egg. Because West Egg, literally, like I mean, I'm an avid West Egg eater, but they have restrictions. I think it's every third table or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, and then every time, I mean, even every time I go to Art Thomas, it's literally ghost town, which is great.
I feel like Art Thomas be on just ghost town shit anyway, though, don't it?
I mean, now, Art Thomas is usually jam packed.
Oh, I never go to Art Thomas during regular hours of the night.
Yeah, no.
I'm an industry nigga. My Art Thomas experiences have been at industry nigga hours.
I've gone to Art Thomas. Well, it's not even open at industry nigga hours anymore.
It's not?
No, it closed at
9. Because of COVID.
Yeah, it's been closing at 9 cents, which is weird because I went a couple times on brunch on Saturday. It was packed once again pre-COVID. So yeah, so I mean, of course, there are places that are going to do what they want, but
yes,
I've been to Chops, and it was pretty much all right. You sit here every other, 4 seat or whatever. I've been to a lot of places in Buckhead, but we know that there's a bunch of places that don't care. They'll take the fine.
They'll take are they actually being fined?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
I just don't know. The internet chatter about
I don't want to hear no more internet chatter because these niggas don't live here, don't know what they're talking about.
The internet.
No, you know what's crazy? Nobody
from Atlanta people.
I know, this is crazy. Nobody said anything. And I went to the Gold Room on a Saturday. That shit was 45% capacity.
Okay.
That shit was empty. The parking lot was empty. The whole Piedmont was empty on a Saturday night in Atlanta. The shit was empty. Everybody here goes to the same 4 places. Everybody jams into strip clubs. So, I mean, case in point, all the rappers are at home on Clubhouse. Them niggas on Clubhouse right now.
Who is?
So, all of the Atlanta rappers, not the wannabe rappers, the actual, the successful ones.
You funny.
And the wannabe rappers are the ones in the club risking COVID. With 60 people in a section.
In a section paying to perform on stage. What I was going to say was that the only internet chatter I've been seeing about Atlanta is about how ridiculous the crime rate is and how if Keisha Lance Bottom doesn't do something that she's going to be a one-term mayor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I got the Citizens app. I'm seeing murders and, somebody I just got an alert. So the last thing I was going to say, and did you see the video of the City Girls concert
in Tallahassee?
Is that where that was?
Yeah.
I knew it was in Florida.
Y'all just do Florida. So Florida does Florida so dirty. I'm sorry, my bad.
You know what? Because what people say about Atlanta, Florida's actually that. And everybody likes to make Atlanta the butt of the joke because we niggas. But Florida, it's actually Florida. Florida's what we want to be like when it comes to being bad at COVID. Because they've been wide open the whole time. You go to Miami, Cameo, all them clubs are jam-packed. Like COVID don't exist. So if you want a good time, don't come here. Go to Florida.
Um, my sister told me to start wearing double masks when I go to the grocery store because in addition to the British variant, there is also a South African variant and a Brazilian variant that are much more contagious. That same sister told me when I said, nigga, I'll just stay home. It's fine. She was like, no, you should still go and be social. Just be careful.
Yeah, because
So
not being social is fucking depressing. Ty, you live by yourself with your dog.
I talk to y'all on the internet all the time. I'm
I
not
know.
depressed.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's very easy to look around and, this is for everybody out there. Like I get it. It's tough, and that's the other, the other side of it. Like, I'm lucky, kind of. I got a house full of people, so I can be entertained, etc. But we just want to make sure everybody's cool. Has your sister taken the vaccine?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have they offered it to her?
Of course, she's a doctor.
Okay.
What's interesting is I found out today that apparently they originally tried not to allot any vaccines for Grady Hospital, which is our, our city hospital or whatever. But they eventually fought and got like 200 doses of the vaccine or something.
Wait, so with your sister's here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They weren't gonna give them.
They weren't going to give Grady Hospital any vaccines. I didn't find that out from her. I found that out from the news.
That's some wild shit.
That is some wild shit. Like, I need y'all to understand that, like, if you are a person of limited income in the city of Atlanta, Grady Memorial Hospital is where you go. Grady is the number one trauma center in the city of Atlanta, but it's also the state funded hospital. So Grady has a lot of like really, really great programs for people, who are with limited financial resources. They have like clinics where you can kind of go in and have like regular shit from mental health to dental clinics to OB clinics, whatever. They provide a lot of great services to the community. And so you would have expected that they had an allotment there for Grady.
Good,
but
right,
no.
Right.
But no, my sister's a doctor. She is, she works through the teaching program at one of her gigs at Morehouse School of Medicine, and they offered it to them very, very early on. I don't know. I don't know what the procedure was or like where they were going to be at with it. But as far as I know, she hasn't taken that yet, but she does get tested like every other week.
So 1 million people have been vaccinated in the state of Georgia. For those folks out there, if you are a healthcare worker or if you are over the age of 65, I believe, Kroger, English, Publix, and You Save It are also are participating vaccine sites. You can actually go to the Department of Health, Georgia Department of Public Health website, dph.georgia.gov, and find out where you can get your vaccine. I'ma just keep it a bean. I wish they would hurry the fuck up. Let me get my vaccine, so I get up out of here. I know enough people that have been vaccinated that I feel comfortable. Give me my shit so I can get back out here. I'll do whatever y'all want. Just give me my motherfucking needles.
Shouts to the person that found out that they had COVID 4 days after they were around me and let me find out about it on Facebook.
Yo, listen, you're not the only
Shouts
person.
To that nigga.
You're not the only person that's had to deal with that shit. So, you're not the only person that's had to deal with that. So.
I'm sure. Anyway, guys, we've been talking in your ear for a very long time. We love you very much. Wash your fucking hands, cover your fucking mouth until you get your vaccine.
And don't go to City Girls concerts.
Don't go to concerts, guys, unless they're virtual or they're in your car. What happened to the car concerts? Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, Atlanta don't do shit in the cold.
I mean, not just us. Like, I thought it was going to take off.
Atlanta definitely don't do shit in the cold. The moment it start raining and cold, niggas don't come outside at all.
Maybe that's why I'm not pressed to be outside. Because I'm just like, yo, it's 27 degrees. Please leave me alone.
Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 38 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's violence.
Tonight, expect a low of 29 degrees.
That's violence.
Do Alexa be saying shit to you like how
On
Google be
June 30th,
telling me?
2019, it was reported that a new coronavirus strain.
Look, why is she giving you extra shit? Google be telling me shit like
illness based in Wuhan City, China. On March 11th, 2020, due to the global spread of the
oh,
virus,
it's giving you the Dids Day in history type shit. But look, Google be telling me shit like
Alexa, thank you. Stop.
Google be telling me shit like it's 34 degrees, but due to current wind conditions, it feels like 23.
Yeah.
And my dog be looking at me like, let's go outside. And I'd be like, sis.
No, I got Google upstairs and I got 2 Alexas. So
real quick. So apparently on Friday, every state in the 50 United States will hit below freezing temperatures, including Hawaii, or over the next week, including Hawaii. Say that one more time, you guys, including Honolulu.
Yeah.
It's cold. I'll be inside. Listen. I love y'all. I'll be back outside eventually. Catch me on the trail in the meantime. Peace out, y'all.
Later, alligators.